listen.
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
We talk about it every day.
Getting on baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
Well, there's no human being on the planet I'd rather be talking to than Nolan Jones. It's a fact.
Appreciate it.
It's great to see you, man.
Great to see
you. We've done 2 podcasts together. One was in season. One was out of season.
Yep.
Both were with another team. Although we did talk about the team that you now playing for this team. You play for the Cleveland Guardians now. You used to play for the Colorado Rockies. So how's everything going? Good? All right.
Yeah, it's been good. Haven't been as successful as I would have, as I worked for and dreamed about in the off season. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but it's part of baseball.
I want to tell you. So when we sat here, where we're sitting now, or near here, we talked about the dynamic of being traded, right?
Yeah.
That was like, what is it like to get traded? And it's hey, the new team wants you, that's cool, but you're leaving you guys behind. Now you're back with those guys. But having gone through it again, and I do want to get to sort of like just your overall thing and how you feel and everything else, but I am interested in like the second time around, how did it feel? Did it feel different?
Yeah.
Especially going back to...
Yeah, I mean, it shocked me.
Did it?
Yeah, 2 days left in spring training. Obviously, I had a really good 2023, and I struggled a lot last 2024. I battled a lot of injuries. My back was bothering me all year, something I was working through, and was really planning on having a bounce back season this year, and had plans obviously of it being in Colorado. And then 2 days before the season started, we had just shipped all of our stuff to Colorado that morning. Oh yeah, cars, everything to Colorado that morning. And I was heading out. I was getting dressed for our 1 o'clock spring training game, walking out in the tunnel, and the GM over there in Colorado stopped me and said, "Hey, go stop by Buddy's office." And they basically called me in and told me that I was being traded, but it was pending physicals, so they were unable to tell me where.
Really?
So I went about 4 hours. They told me to get your ass, pack up my stuff, and
you had no idea where you were going.
I had no idea where I was going for
you
about.
You couldn't like back channel it or anything, or?
So actually, I called Sam Henches, who is one of my best friends here with Cleveland.
Yeah.
Talked to him through the whole situation, whatever, and he didn't answer. So this was probably 2 hours after I got told. So I called Tyler Freeman.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Tyler was, basically in tears, upset, told me I got traded, but they can't tell me where because it's pending a physical. So upset, and I was like, well, I can, I think I know where you're going.
Really? Really?
So yeah, that's kind of how I found out.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you called him?
Yep.
Wow.
That's kind of how I found out.
Wow, that's crazy. And so when you got called in, again, like, you're not getting cut, but what you're like, well, what do you want?
I had a really good relationship with Bud Black.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really think anything of it, honestly. I was having a decent spring training this year, feeling really good. Had talked to Buddy multiple occasions about, how we can schedule my spring training to keep my back healthy, to let him know how I was feeling. So I kind of thought it was going to be, maybe an update on how you feeling, how you doing, 2 days left, do you want to play tomorrow? Day before the season starts or whatever, and so I didn't really have any clue going in that was what it was going to be.
Wow. I mean, so you shipped your car to Colorado.
Yeah, everything.
So what did you, I mean, this is the stuff nobody thinks about.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter, we had all my daughter's stuff sent out. I have a 1-year-old daughter now, and so we started the season in Arizona, then went to San Diego and then LA, so family traveled with me and we waited on our stuff to get shipped from Denver to Cleveland, and just made it work.
So to go back to the feeling of when you get traded, like when you get traded to Colorado, you don't know probably hardly anybody, right? And everything's new. And now you're getting traded, and I go, the team is different from you left, but there's 75% of it isn't new.
Yeah, I mean, and the coaches and everything. I mean, I talked to, that entire night, once, the GM and Vode and all those guys here called me and let me know. I started talking to everybody. Like Gabriel Arias called me and he was sitting there with Hosey, like, we're so excited to have you back, and talked to all the guys, and it was if there's any place that you're going to get traded 2 days before the season starts, where it be comfortable, it's obviously somewhere where you've come from.
There also must have been an element of, it's funny because when you're, like we said, when you get traded, you're like, well, why don't they like me? They're trading me. Now it's like flipped, where like, no, either they came to their senses, or they liked me all along, or they like me even better than last time I saw them.
Yeah, I think that you try not to think too much into it. You're obviously getting traded for a reason because somebody wants you. So it's obviously a good thing. When I got traded from Cleveland, there were a bunch of me. There was, Will Benson, Will Brennan, Oscar Gonzalez. We had 12 guys on the 40-man that had been outfielders, had done this. I just got transitioned to the outfield earlier that season, and so I kind of saw it coming. I knew that there could be some moves coming, but this one, from Colorado, I felt like I had an opportunity there. And took advantage of it in 23. Obviously didn't in 24, but then again, I knew that they had a bunch of young guys coming up that were deserving of an opportunity, and just didn't see that it was going to be me, the one that was going to get shipped out. But everything happens for a reason. I believe that, and
I think it stunned everybody, honestly. Like, I think because like everyone understood that you were battling your back thing, and like you deal with injuries, whatever. But you had shown so much before the injuries, and so like everyone was like, okay, here we go. It's like, here we go. He's going to be part of the foundation of this Rocky team.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in my future as well. It shocked me, and I was shocked in the meeting, and I got emotional with the Rockies guys because when you spend 2 years somewhere, we spend all our time with these people. Like it's all you do is you're away from your family for 8 months, and you're hanging out in a hotel room playing cards with the guys or whatever, and so it was really tough on me, and I asked them, why? What did I do something? Is there?
See, that's interesting because I admit the first time it's like, hey, I'm getting this opportunity. Now you're like, why don't you want me, right?
Yeah, it was just, why now? Like, why is this the time? Why not, give me another opportunity to see what I can do? But again, I understood they have a lot of young guys coming up. Jordan Beck, Zach Veen. They have a ton of young outfielders coming up that they believe in, and I think that potentially didn't plan on winning this season, and maybe thought that it was a good time to get those guys some reps and some development and see how it goes. And I just happened to be the guy that they didn't see in their future plans, which is.
Listen, everyone. All I know, I know a few people in Colorado, and everyone spoke so highly of you. Also, like the fact that you did so well under the weather in your first week of the season. My first week as a major leaguer.
Yeah, it is what it is. Shocked me. I was very blessed for those 2 years, to be honest with you. I got opportunities that some people don't ever get. I got to play every day. I got to play against lefties, righties, the Josh Haders. I got all those opportunities and those experiences that I think go a really long way, and created some lifelong friendships. Those guys they're
good guys.
They're awesome.
And by the way, the black and white Baseballs and Boring T-shirts pop. Do you have one? Did you get one?
Not sure I did.
Oh my goodness. Daniel Bard, what are you doing? You're supposed to distribute. Anyway, so every year is a learning year. Every year, like, we evolve, and this year is a lot. It's probably felt chaotic from, like you said, from minute one. But it's just, as we sit here in September, let me give you this opportunity to sort of reflect and say, hey, I learned this, I got better at this, I evolved in this way. What are some of those things?
I mean, I think there's been a ton. I think it's, for me, as far as outfield goes, has been my biggest. I've taken my biggest strides there. JT McGuire and I have worked tirelessly out there and, review every play. And I think that's something that have benefited from this year tremendously. Just getting the opportunity to go out there and right, center, occasionally left when Quan needs a break. But just getting out there, getting to work with him every day has been amazing for me. And then, there's a different role for me. I'm in a different role where, I haven't gotten as many opportunities against lefties this year. Pinch hit opportunities, been coming off the bench. It's just kind of, it's been a different year for me. It's been learning how to be ready for my opportunities when I get them. And I think it's something that, again, it's all a learning experience. Would I like to be out there every single day? Absolutely. Would I like to have a 900 OPS? Absolutely. That hasn't been the case. And so I've kind of had to, take advantage of my opportunities when I get them and learn how to be a good teammate, learn how to get better every day, to be ready to play when I do get those opportunities.
Well, that's the challenge. I mean, I would imagine. Like we could say, hey, listen, I'm a good teammate, whatever. But when you're rolling and you're, like you said, you're playing all the time, and then your role changes, you got to evolve. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I mean, obviously other people would speak to this about myself better, but I felt like I never had to be a good teammate. I feel like guys recognized that I was giving it my all out there every day on both sides of the ball, and that was respected. And I think that's kind of the way that I've always known to be a good teammate is I go out and bust my ass out there, and that's how I'm a good teammate, because I'm giving it my all for you guys. And when you're in this role, it's a little bit different. Sometimes you go 6-7 days without an opportunity on the field, and how can I be a good teammate in here? How can I help a guy prepare for a guy that's, he's never seen? How can I pick a guy up who's 0 for his last 20 and pat him on the butt? Like those kind of things that, I've talked to David Fry, I've talked to Austin Hedges, who have been in this role a little bit more than I have in the past. And so just trying to, learn how to be good at this role. And obviously I hope it's not a role that I'm in forever, but that's where I am now. And so that's trying to take advantage of that.
This is a wonky baseball question, but you talk about haters. I'm just talking about thinking about stuff and the evolution not only of you but of baseball pitchers. For you as a hitter, what have you seen different from baseball pitchers? I know that's sort of they're good.
No, I mean it's no, it's a good question, because I think that I just an example, we were getting beat pretty badly a couple weeks ago. I came in to give Quan a breather. Quan plays every day, and Voter asked me, hey, would you go into left for Quan? Like, yeah, absolutely, I'll take an at-bat. Quan needs a breather, he plays every day. I got my at-bat in the ninth, we were down 10 plus runs. The guy was throwing 98 with 16 inches of run on his fastball, and it's like, I think that the biggest thing I've noticed is that the velocity is just taken over the game. It's, everybody throws hard, everybody has good off-speed stuff, and the biggest thing is how can you go a couple days without seeing 98 and then get your opportunity in the 8th inning of a game and be prepared to hit 98. Yeah. And that's something that I've had to try and learn, and I'm working on every single day because I'm not good at yet. But I think I've gotten better this year, and so trying to continue working on that.
You guys have Traject.
We have every tool you can think of.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I will say that, Traject in the cage when 98's coming is different than 40,000 people in the bottom of the ninth screaming, and 98 coming with a Snapdragon slider, that could hit your back foot if you swing. And
well, has there been a pitch or a pitcher, and this isn't like tipping your hand or anything, but it's like it'd be like, holy crap.
Honestly, we just faced Seattle, and there's a couple guys over there that dude, their fastballs are coming out of their back pocket and hitting the top rail of the zone at 100 miles an hour, and it looks effortless, and you're just like, wow, that's different. Obviously you get the normal over the top approach for most guys, but seemed like, these guys are just, coming out of the pen funky. They got some lefties that spin on the mound, and then it's 96 crossfire. And I thought they had some really good stuff that I hadn't seen before.
See, again, not spoiler alert, pitchers are good, but I think they're better than ever. And you know what? The pitchers will say the hitters are better than ever.
I mean, I agree. I think we follow them.
Yeah.
I think we have to evolve around what they do. When the four-seam fastball at the top of the zone became the thing, we had to learn to hit the four-seam fastball at the top of the zone. Before, everyone was, sinkers and sliders, and now guys are the vert heaters. And so I think it's a constant evolution, and I'm just hoping one day they go back to the sinkers.
Give me the last thing is, what is your? When I went out to Colorado, I love that park, and by the way, like great crowds, even though they're tough, records for teams. But I go and I'm like eating Rocky Mountain oysters. I'm like, no. But the reason I bring that up is, for you, what's your go-to place in Colorado, and what's your go-to place in Cleveland?
In Colorado, there's a place. It's called. I'm forgetting the name of it. It's about 2-minute walk from the stadium. I sat in the same booth every time I went in there.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called.
That's all right.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. Unbelievable steakhouse. Probably one of my favorite restaurants
Really?
I've ever been to. Unbelievable steaks. They have cookies. They have these cookies at the end.
now I want to know.
Oh my God. It's called Garden Grace.
Garden Grace.
It's one of my favorite restaurants I've ever been to.
All right.
You got to get the cookies after.
All right.
They're like heavily salted chocolate chip cookies. I don't know why. Puffy. They're unbelievable.
Really?
Unbelievable. And then, to be honest with you, I don't really live near the city in Cleveland.
Okay, that's fine.
This year has been, I have a 1-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
This year has been, obviously my first season with a daughter. This season has been a little bit different for me. I haven't really gotten out too much restaurant-wise in Cleveland.
Okay.
We live in...
Do you have to Uber a lot?
No.
All right.
No.
I was wondering, because I was going to ask you a question. My other question is, like, what do you talk to Uber drivers about?
I try not to talk too much.
See, that's what I'm like. So you don't put it on like do not disturb.
I don't put it on like the conversation, but Cleveland fans are pretty diehard.
So you just like put your head down and don't worry.
Yeah, they we try and go around this little area, and I'm a nobody, and I get recognized a lot. I can't imagine how guys who.
Well, so I started Tyler Phillips on Marlins, so I asked him this question, and he said that he had been telling everybody, or the Uber drivers for a while, that he was a contractor, and they said, "Oh, well, what buildings?" It's like, "No, I'm a contract killer." So they.
So then they stopped talking. That's a pretty good one.
By the way, I just remember this. So you talk about around Colorado. When I was there the last time in 2024 was when I fell on my face in a scooter. Because the hotel was a mile away, so like that's where not far enough for an Uber, but for a scooter. But I took a turn and literally fell on my face, bled all over the street, but still managed to go have dinner with Daniel Bard to get on a red-eye flight, which probably was not good. Which also was the bench clearing brawl game you guys had.
Okay, well, I don't know. Against who?
The Red Sox.
Oh.
Where they tried to come over and fight you.
Yeah. That was an experience for sure. Yeah, I don't have any comment on that.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I was there.
There's some hurtful words shared.
Oh yeah,
and that's how. Sometimes in the moment,
Let's just say that it's not every day where I'm standing waiting to go in the clubhouse and I see 20 guys walking down the hallway.
Tempers were definitely flared that day.
But anyway, that was my last memories of Colorado.
Hey, anything for dinner with Daniel Bard.
Put it on the T-shirt.
I love it.
Hey, listen, you're one of our favorites, and I really appreciate it. So,
Absolutely.
listen, big things ahead for you. Thanks,
I appreciate it. Thank you.